Are we live? Looks like we are live and on the air. Sir, where's the intro music, Mr. Lillard? You know, you used to be responsible for all the intro music.
I did.
Look, that wasn't even the intro music, but hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of What's the Word Wednesday, where we do our very best to try to motivate you, encourage you, inspire you, lift you up, and give you some practical everyday nuggets that you can use for your business. So look, we didn't have our intro song. We're going to have to play this one right here, Mr. Lillard. I was waiting for all of our guests to come on in with us.
Christmas is coming.
Yeah, that.
Start sending your letters off to Santa. Christmas is coming. Yeah.
Come here, y'all. What's the word Wednesday?
Better be nice if you want your present.
Better be nice.
Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Christmas is coming. Yeah. Staying up late looking out the window.
Out the window.
Christmas is coming, yeah. Spotting some sleigh rides and some jingle bells. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too.
Hey. Merry Christmas! Y'all jamming with us? It's Christmas time.
Christmas is coming. Roasting some chestnuts on the fire. Christmas is coming, yeah.
Who you got, y'all?
Celebration and surprises.
I see you, Cameron Dawson. Breakfast Settle.
Tell all your brothers, sisters,
Such a key.
too.
Got Leslie. Hey, Mia.
Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa.
Carol up in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Look, we can keep that daggone song going for a little bit.
Jessica.
Y'all wasn't ready. Roger was about to crack open his bottle over there on the side. You understand?
He was over there. He was over there. He was over there sounding like Big Benny. He thought he was a lead talker over there.
Who's that? Oh,
He's a Big Benny.
Yeah, it's Big Benny over there.
Hello, Benny.
Thanks, Benny. So
Oh,
welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate all of you guys and your partnership. It's been a long year. This is the last and final episode of the What's the Word Wednesdays, and we want to go out with a bang. Got our original crew on here with us. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, fellas. Somebody
Of
go
course, y'all
first.
know it's Roger the Dodger with Roger's Nuggets coming at you.
His name is Roger Claus on tonight.
Roger
Claus.
Roger Claus.
Roger Claus. Yeah. Daryl Two Jacket Jenkins in the building.
Two jackets.
Was having Preston One Jacket Scott in the building tonight.
Who knows jackets? And I am Eric E. Clifton. We are your happy and humble directors. We appreciate each and every last one of you guys. Tell your friends if you're watching us live in the Platinum Network, or if you're watching us live on YouTube. Again, we appreciate you. Mr. Lillard, who we got looking at? Go ahead and give us the shout outs real quick.
I was doing some shout outs early. Cameron Dawson chimed in nice and early. Dexter, Mickey, Shakee, Leslie,
Big
Mia,
Benny.
Danielle, LaSheryl, Jessica, Sierra. What else we got in here? Karen Brown. We got
Who up in here?
Fonseca. So Twanita, how you doing? Twanita got Shauna.
Hey,
Des Story. He always got a story to tell. I can tell you. That's what we got. And that's what we got.
We appreciate each and every one of y'all. And
Man,
listen,
man.
since we have the man with the plan and knows everything. Matter of fact, hey, Roger, we always be talking about it. You know how Preston be knowing stuff behind the scenes before it even come out. We be like, man, we already know Preston gonna get the inside scoop on this, but he got his ears to the street always as it pertains to Planet Marketing. Has your best interest in heart. So we're gonna ask that Mr. Preston, one Jackie Scott, whatever announcements we got, things you guys do not want to miss coming up in the near future around the planet. What announcements you got for us, Mr. Scott?
Everybody pay close attention to the Millionaire Tour, the core tour, as it's also being dubbed as you'll have Mr. Donald, Mr. Cedric White, Mr. Orlando Moore, Mrs. Natalie Graham, and Mrs. J.P. Watkins Mukes. They're going to hit multiple cities in the first couple of months, ladies and gentlemen. So I think they're kicking it off January the 7th in Houston. Houston, we've got solutions, right? We won't have no problems anymore in Houston. We got solutions. So check with your leadership. Make sure you're checking your online office. Make sure you're checking your app to see where they're going to be, ladies and gentlemen. I know they're going to hit the Maryland market on January 28th. So those of you all who are here locally in the Maryland market, we want to see your face in the place on January 28th. Okay. I sound like Big Benny too tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget tonight, right? 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be showcasing our business online for our weekly PBR Zoom. That is www.platinumwednesdays.com, platinumwednesdays.com. And as you can see, I'm preparing y'all now for 2023 will be the year of fitness, okay, and finances, right? Fitness and finances 2023. So let's get our health up. Let's get our wealth up. Back to you, E.
Fitness and finances. I'm loving it. All the time. We are loving it. Did we bring up the I don't know if you did just now. Did we talk about the team cruise?
We did not talk about the team cruise, but ladies and gentlemen, we will be setting sail in November of 2023. As you all know, every year we have our platinum retreat. We have at least one. I don't know. We may sneak one in, knowing these ambassadors. They add the ambassadors and all that kind of stuff. So you never know. They may sneak something in on us in 2023. But we do know in November of 2023, we will be having our platinum retreat on the seas. I'm excited about that, man. If you haven't registered, yes.
Sorry for the seas.
Register for that. See your ambassador, see your director for more details. Let's get it going.
I love it. Play on words. See your ambassador.
Yeah, we'll see y'all on the sea. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So, ladies and gentlemen, one of the topics on this evening that we want to be talking about is the holiday season that we are, I guess, right smack dab in the middle of it. And what we're going to talk to you guys about is how to avoid the holidays, right? Not the actual holidays, but the holidays, right? It is that days that both business partners and prospects, clients, and so people they just get caught up in some kind of days. I don't know if it's the lights or the smell of some eggnogs and fresh cookies or something, but it gets people in a daze and they tend to lose focus. There's a lot of things that cause the days throughout the holidays, whether it's, you decide what your vice is, but we're going to give you a few tips on how to not get caught up in the holidays. I'll share a quick story with you guys. There was a legacy company that I was a part of several years back. Me and my mentor who got me into this industry, we were killing it in the industry. Nice large team, and then the holidays hit, and the holidays for some folks are pretty long. You got November, December, January, New Year's, right? And then if you got those people who like to turn up for February, so you got 4 months of people just caught up, and it's always something going on. Our organization, we lost pretty much our whole organization during that little 4-month period, right? The freaking holidays. Couldn't figure out what was going on. Couldn't put a finger on it, but we realized, you know what? All these people are just gone off in la-la land. The one mistake that we made was walking away from that opportunity and not being consistently pressing through, regardless of why people were caught up like zombies. What we didn't do was continue to press. We watched all those people drop off by February, we probably lost 100 and something people in this particular opportunity. And we was like, all right, well, we ain't trying to fight this over again. Forget it. We should have kept going. The people who were at the same position or less than us at that time are millionaires right now because they decided to keep going. They looked at us and like, y'all Bama's quitting? All right. And they kept going. Non-stop. Millionaires now and they're stuck. So go ahead, guys. Anybody can jump in. Give the folks out there listening some tips, some tools maybe to how to avoid the holidays trap.
Well, one of the things that I highly recommend right off top is to continue planting seeds. And so I feel like, you know, when November hits and December hits, and Mr. Scott and I, we spoke on this, I call it TNT, when people's business blow up because people out here buying turkeys and toys, right? Turkeys and toys. And so people lose focus. So for us, we got to stay focused and continue planting the seeds. We get relaxed because, you know, we got family coming in town. We got people, you know, going out of town. People, they buying them turkeys and they buying them toys and clothes, and we in a daze. So to continue moving your business forward, even during the holidays, is to continue planting seeds. I'll leave that right there. Next up.
I love it.
Roger, that's good because, you know, a lot of people, especially if you're brand new to network marketing or to entrepreneurship, it's easy for you to fall into the holidays because you don't really know how to manage the business that you're building. And so I think that people, you know, the engagement, staying close to where all of the things are happening, you know, like, you know, remaining plugged into the game plan call, or even, you know, What's the Word Wednesday or Travel Talks Live if you're doing, you know, ITA only, just remaining in a space where you're consistently doing those little things that keep you plugged in to the culture so that you don't stay too far behind. Because the message you're going to hear is keep going. But if you're not there to get the message, it's easy for you to become distracted, pull further away from it. And then it's going to be like you rebuilding that momentum all over again when you start back up sometime in the new year after your 4-month rest.
And real quick, before we go to Preston, to piggyback on what you're saying, there was important to keep planting seeds, because what happens, you'll see the difference in the first 90 days of 2023 of people who are putting people in the system from the seed that they planted in 60 days. And so if you stop now, you 60 to 9 days behind the people who continue to plant the seeds. So now is the time to continue planting seeds. GP.
It's really all about having an entrepreneurial mentality. And really, in order to develop that, there are a couple of things that, you know, we encourage you to do. Like, you know, we're saying stay plugged in, hang around those who have your answer, get away from those who have your problem. Meaning put yourself around entrepreneurs more, read information that's going to help you to have that mental shift. That's why we talk about the top 10 distinctions of millionaires and middle class. That's such a huge mindset shift, because all, if not most of us, come from an employee world where we look forward to the holidays. We look forward to the weekends because we work Monday through Friday. So subconsciously, we start shutting down on those days because that's what we've always done as employees, right? And then what we're doing, we're turning right around and we're feeding this machine. We're going out paying for things and buying things from entrepreneurs. If I'm telling you, if these stores would have shut down during the holidays, we would have a fit. We would be upset with them for shutting down so that we can't spend money with them. I can't buy something from the store. You're not open during the holidays. What's wrong with you? But then we're closed as entrepreneurs. Our business is shut down, but we would be upset with the toy store or the clothing store or whatever. Let man on Christmas Eve, let one of them stores shut down early. Y'all would have a fit. But it's all about having that entrepreneurial mentality. Again, we all work for someone who owns a business, and they don't shut down, right? They mentally don't shut down, but we do because we've been doing that for so long. And Roger, you and I had a conversation today, and you reminded me of the fact that when we came to Planet Marketing, we launched during the holidays.
Sure did.
Right? We positioned ourselves right around the holiday season, and then we launched in December. And what was the difference? Right? what was the difference then than it is now? Why were we able to have that type of momentum? Why were we able to have that type of success? What's the difference between then and now? We can still move the way we move, but some people get complacent, man. Back to you, E.
Mr. Scott, before you pass it back to E, because that was good. I always talk about the traditional business owner,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Talking about if they were sick or if they had distractions or family coming in town, as Roger mentioned, they still got to get up and go open their doors. They still got to make sure that they make the money that's required for them to pay back that substantial loan that they get. But because this business is something we can do from home or from our phone, we become extremely comfortable and we don't make sure that we're maintaining those payments or even still doing the things that we're required to do to maintain the business ownership.
I'm hearing one of the keys sounds like, ladies and gentlemen, some consistency. Too much start and stop, in and out, start and stop, in and out. As a matter of fact, because we're in the travel business. Think about this. Imagine the feeling, and this is exactly what most folks go through in their business. This feeling right here. You know how you feel, Raj, after you done got into the pool and you done had a good time. You've been in the pool, swimming around, playing. You might have been in there for an hour or two. You feel good. As a matter of fact, the waters probably feel warm to you. Your body has adjusted, whether you're doing anything or not. You get out the pool. In this scenario, the pool is your business. You get out of it for a little while. You start to dry off. As you're drying off, you start to subconsciously lose the desire to get back in that pool and go through that process of and I'm famous for that. Once we out the pool, unless you throw me back in here, I'm like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I will sit on the side of the pool with my tennis shoes on and make sure I'm not going back in, because you just gotta go through that process. And it's all mental. Because the people in the inside of the pool all warm, talking about, come on in. Come on back in and tip. The water's nice and warm. I'm like, no, it's not. It's mental. But you got to stop the starting and stopping and starting over and over again. What's another tip? Something practical that they should be doing. What should we be doing? Give somebody something practical that they should be doing through these next few weeks, almost a month of holiday crap. What's something specific they can do to fight through the holidays?
Another thing people can do is read. I think Mr. Bradley said the next book that he's going to recommend us reading is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Very, very good book. In fact, one of the things that I got out of that book that always stayed with me, and it's kind of a great segue to what we're talking about, is how fast does an airplane take to get off the ground, right? And so a lot of people don't know, but if you don't know, it's 200 miles an hour. Well, right now, some of us are playing beyond the tarmac, that's what it's called, right? Their plane only going 150. So if your plane doesn't hit 200 at the end of that runway, it ain't getting off the ground. It's going to be a disaster. You're going to crash. And some of us, our airplane just circling the parking lot. We haven't even got on the tarmac. We just circling the parking lot. And so we got on it. We made it into the airport. We got on the plane, right? We started up, but we just circling. So we've never got on the tarmac. And then, to get your plane at 200 miles an hour, some of us never got our business off the ground. So you got to get your business up to 200 miles an hour. So that was one of the things I got out of that book.
Roger, it's called taxiing.
So look,
the plane is taxiing. That's
since y'all going there, let's take it a step deeper, Raj. In order for the plane to get up in the ground,
as far
as physics, to get off the ground, as far as physics goes, right? The plane, the daggone, what is called the thrust and the lift, have to be greater than the drag and the pull in order for the plane to get up. That's deep right there, right? The thrust and the lift have to be greater than the drag and the pull. And if the drag and the pull are greater than the thrust and the lift, that means it's too heavy. The plane is not going anywhere.
So the centrifugal force that's used.
Right. So here's what I'm saying. The drag and the pull, oftentimes in your business, are people who are dragging and pulling you down. your plane isn't going to get the necessary speed, Roger, that 200 miles an hour that comes from that thrust. They're not getting that necessary speed because the people they are around or the things that they're listening to is weighing heavy on you. It's the dragging and pulling you, right? Plane's never going to get off the ground. And I don't care how long you've been taxiing or gotten to yourself to the position. You got too much weight, too much baggage on your plane. And some of y'all done went all year with a whole bunch of crap in your plane and sitting back wondering why we ain't getting off the ground. You got too many 500-pound bombers in the back of your plane. And that could be, I don't know, that cousin that you keep loaning money to, those people you won't say no to. Some of y'all can't say no to stuff. Some of y'all holidays are year round. Because after these ones we just talked about, some of y'all got holidays. The birthday is a major holiday, right? We got the birthday, then you got that your significant other's birthday. Don't let you have kids. They got that's a birthday.
Every Friday.
Some of y'all got holidays every month. Every month there's a new holiday that's something's going. It's Veterans Day, Cinco de Mayo Day. What's the other ones where you got to drink? I'm just saying.
All of them require drinking. You can drink at all of them.
But that's by design though, from marketing and what entrepreneurs are doing. They're putting something in before you every single month. Like right now, all this greenery, all this red, and as soon as they take that stuff down, then they're gonna have all these, New Year's big glasses, 2023, to get you to spend money and focus on that. As soon as that goes down, they're gonna have candy, hearts, chocolates, teddy bears. It's they do this. They're so consistent with it too. They don't miss a season, but we miss seasons, right? Because we're focused on them. We're focused on financing their dreams. We focus on spending time. I love that, man. When I used to say drag and pull, it was when I used to smoke something. But dragging and pulling, I like that now. It's a whole different. Now I can talk about dragging and pulling. I love that though, because while we're on a regular basis on calls like this, right? Sunday night, you all three of you are directors. You have your calls with your teams. That's us attempting to thrust and to lift individuals, but the drag and the pull is just too strong, man. And you're not allowing us to help to get you to that next level for whatever reason that is. I love that, man. And really, what people should be doing, I say this: you got to double it, you got to triple it during this time of the year, simply because most people are not going to work this time of year. So you have to take advantage of what people are not going to do. And that's what I'm doing. I've turned it completely up because I know 80% of networkers have taken off. And they're going to be off until potentially after New Year's, after the holiday. People say all the time, after the holidays. What is that? What day is that? Like, when is that exactly? After the holidays. There's no date for that. So what happens is many of you are tired of hearing that. So you're reluctant to go out and build right now because you don't want it. There's a higher probability of someone saying no or not right now over the next 3 weeks. It is what it is. So many of you are going to stop because you don't want to be associated with that feeling of being told no or not right now, understanding that this season there's a higher probability. Well, those who understand, who have vision and understand seasons, this is the time to get as many no's and as many not right nows as you humanly possibly can, because that's going to trickle over into the new year where people now mindsets are going to shift. Just instantly, automatically now they want a new life, new health, new wealth. And just last week they were sleeping and eating, drinking eggnog, but because of society, now they're ready to start building. But guess what? You didn't talk to them. You weren't planting seeds during that time frame because you were so focused on the response, you did not do your responsibility. Mr. Clifton.
So I'm going to add to that because what I think for most people is they don't even get started because they figure it's the holidays and people are spending money on Christmas. I'm not even going to ask them. So exactly. I'm going to position myself to wait until after the new year to even start doing so instead. And so I always counter with most people started their Christmas in October. So by now, because it's the week of Christmas, they already done spending whatever they were going to spend on Christmas. It's little odds and ends. So you mean to tell me you're going to stop your process because you feel they're spending on Christmas and you don't want to be insensitive, when in fact they're probably looking for a way to recover the money that they just spent. Mr. Scott talked about, retail changing up, the seasons due to the holidays. One of the things from a travel perspective that we always talk about is forecasting your business. There is somebody going somewhere every single holiday, every 4-day weekend that's associated with a holiday. Somebody is going somewhere. So as a travel business owner, guess what? You should be creating things around those holidays where 4-day weekends exist, so you can always keep the revenue always coming. But people don't think like that. They're waiting for somebody to come to them to ask them about booking a trip, instead of you focusing on how can I get the information before the people.
And something else real quick too, right? All of us on here, if you're prospecting right now, if you're planting seeds right now, most of us are hearing after the holidays. The people that have the most after the holidays on their calendar, follow-ups on your calendar, will be the people that have the most success in the first 90 days of the year. The first quarter of the year is vital to our business. Back to you, E.
Every March has been our biggest month. Every single March, we've had the most success throughout the entire year because of what we're sharing with you all on tonight. E?
Listen, I'm agreeing with every last thing you guys are saying. I want you guys think about this too. It goes right along with what you're talking about. There's another thing that shifts in most people's mind after the holidays. Because see, right now, we already know as business owners that people are wasting and spending money. And if we're the ones planting seeds in front of these people right now, or planting or presenting our opportunity, next year they get their tax monies back. Most people can't. That's the biggest check of the year for most people.
Yep.
When they get their tax return, that's like the lotto check. Man, when you get your car fixed, man, you ride around that missing window for forever, man. When they get
missing window.
I mean, I done heard it all. You know what I'm saying? Somebody out there has heard or has said, man, when I get that tax return,
I get my taxes back.
I'm going to handle something. So besides that, people thinking that way. They done spent their money ahead of time, and then next year, whenever they're getting it, now they got some extra money. And the problem is, or the question is, will you be on that person's mind when they get that check in their hand?
That's good.
Right? Because remember the statistics, pressed on the following up. Less than 2% of people make a decision to do anything the first time they hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to make a decision somewhere between 5 and 12. If the first time they hear about it from you is when they got their check in their hand next year or after the holidays, what's going to happen is they're going to spend that money by the time they get around to the 5th or 12th exposure. If you're exposing them now while they're wasting money, while they're partying, while they're doing all that stuff, you can get through exposures 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then when they get that check, they're thinking about you, possibly.
Especially
of that happening because you've been running your commercial for the last 6 months consistently. Turn your TV on. Tell me if you don't see a Coca-Cola commercial come on within the first hour.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially if you've been in a relationship with them. See, that's what people are missing out on. We're not consistently, once a week for a month, once a month for a year, then twice a year. If you're running that system, you're in the air consistently, but not in the air too much, just once a week for a month and once a month for a year and twice a year. If we're all operating in that system, it's going to be hard to lose somebody. And I'm sure some of us on here lost somebody to somebody else because we weren't operating that system.
Facts.
So Eric, you mentioned, taxes. And so something I read earlier, maybe like 2 months ago, was that the taxes for 2022 are going to be greatly reduced. So for those people who are looking for those large refund checks come 2023 when they file, those may not exist. So now people who don't have a home-based business are in a lose-lose situation for that purpose. So I always tell people, when you're looking for prospects, especially now, because it's tax time, you can position people to set themselves up for next year to have a tax shelter of some sort because you're offering them things that benefit them. There's always somebody who owe the IRS every single year without fail, right? Those are prime targets. With people who do this business who also do taxes, find those people who owe the IRS and say, I got something that can help you. That's how they win, because they can offer them something that can help them. We're not looking for travel agents. We're looking to help people change their lives. So when you understand what the person needs, you can offer them a gateway through the opportunity that you have, but you have to understand the business and its model for you to be able to open your mouth to people.
Got to understand it. Guys, last thing we're going to chuck on real quick, and we've been talking about it a little bit, but we can get, I guess, specific real quick. Plan, do, and review. In business, that's a business term. If you first time hearing it, you want to adopt this term: plan, do, and review. There's a saying that goes, if you fail to plan, you planned to fail, right? So now this is a business that we have all purchased. This is the end of the year. We recommend that you take some of this time and start reviewing your situation. You might not like your position. You might not like whatever. You should review that, right? Review the things that you were doing throughout the course of the year all the way up until now. And I think we should start planning for the future, long term. Darryl was talking about next year's business. He probably already got some stuff in the books for next December already, don't you, too, Jax? I ain't surprised.
I'm in 2024 now, sir.
See what I'm saying? Plan, do, and review. And I stole something from you too that I'm gonna add to my plan, doing, and reviewing. See, I would go so far as to, like, I would look up some stuff. Okay, there's an event happening here, or there's a concert here, or something's going on over here. And it's usually within a few months' time. And I can start selling some tickets for that or putting together something for that. But Darryl said something that's going to have me now looking at the whole daggone calendar. It's 12 months. And you buy a calendar, there's all the little dates for stuff I didn't even know was a thing, right? Yeah, I mean, Yom Kippur and the Green People Day, there's all kinds of stuff that you can, man. It's Ice Cream Day. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff based on what Darryl said. You can put something together for people that like those crazy things on there. That's planning, right? Then you do it. You put it out there. What you got on that, Mr. Lillard?
Well, first and foremost, again, plan, do, review. Something that we learned, in our historic time in the industry of networking. But plan. What you want to plan the beginning of this year is whatever you earn in 2022, you want to plan to double that in 2023. So if you're not happy with what you earned last year, then you want to plan to do better this year in 2023, this next year, and earn more money. To do you got to do the business. That's important. So you plan, you got to do the business, and then you got to review your business. And so, like you said, right now, Eric, we're in the review stage right now. We're at the end of the year. You should review everything that you did or did not do in your business. And so, so at the end of the day, y'all, if you're not planning, like Eric said, if you're not planning, you plan to fail. You have to have a game plan for your business. Like, how many people do you want to help grow your business next year? How many trips do you want to book for your business next year? Like, you should be writing this stuff down, right? How far do you want to go in your business? Also, if you're building a network, the team need to know how far you want to go in your business. They need to know your plan. So watch this. If you don't have no plan, they're not going to have one either. I'll drop it off right back to you, E.
So I'm going to kind of pick up where Roger left off at, because as a booker and a builder, plan, do, and review. And I'm going to add do again, because after you review the plan, you're going to have to do something else. Right? I always talk about going back to the drawing board. And I think a lot of times people, again, it goes back to how do you manage the business that you're building as a CEO of your own business. When I go to bed and I wake up, I'm thinking about where can I move? What's my next move? What's the best move for me, one, as a director, and then two, in my own travel space. So I got to be able to think creatively around all of those things. And so now it's the end of the year. We're approaching the new year. We got to already go into the year. So we're forecasting what we want to do, where we want to be, right? How much revenue we want to earn, And then with that being said, you should be now having those conversations with yourself. And then if you are building your team, right, whether it is a bronze, silver, gold, 2020, whatever it is, having those conversations as a nucleus of people to go into the new year much stronger. Because now you got to talk about where we were in 2022 post-pandemic, right? Where we want to go 2023, and then where do we want to see ourselves before we reach convention? Because that's important, right? You don't want to wait until 2 months before or in July when Bradley say you got to this date to qualify. You want to start setting all of those things into motion now, so you're not scrambling at the end, because you know what's going to come. He's going to have that meeting and it's going to say qualification cutoffs for convention is this, and then everybody wait till that 30-day window to start running. But now if you're planning in advance, you know what the work is going to look like when the time comes. So you already setting those things in place, planting the seeds. And the same thing with travel, right? It's 12 months. Some of you have not even booked a single trip. And if you have, think about how can you earn that $600 in commission needed to earn that 1099 for tax purposes. What do you got to do to get that? For me, I made that in one trip just this month alone. So the thing is when you understand the business and how much money you're walking away from just simply by not doing it or not connecting with people or asking the question, set up a coaching session with an ambassador or even a director and ask them, what is it you need to do? Because I think that's important. So the plan, do, and review, and then do again, because you got to figure out what's going to come after that.
Love that. I want to, I look at it 5%, 90%, 5%. Because some of us spend way too much time planning, and some of us spend way too much time reviewing and not enough doing. So that plan, 5%, that's the 90%. Do the work and then take 5% and review what you've done. I love what Mr. Darrell Jenkins said, then do again. I love that. But I want to also say, yes, you want to have plans for 2023. Yes, you want to have plans for January, February, March. But what is your PDR, plan, do, and review for tomorrow? What is your daily activity looking like? When you get up in the morning, what is the plan for the day? Because we try to plan for a year and then multiple days go by without any activity. So then you get to the end of the year and realize you in your review process, you ain't do shingles, right? Because there was no daily activity. Someone asked me when I was in Houston, how often should I work my business? I said, only work your business on the days that you eat food. So whenever you eat food, if you're feeding your flesh, your body, you should be feeding your finances, your business. Every single day, something should be done toward your business.
So people's business starving, huh?
Malnutrition, right? People got these bony businesses because we're not feeding them on a daily basis. And it doesn't mean you're going to go to the mall every single day and talk to 200 people. It's some of the little things like getting on this call. That's a portion of it. But we're talking about activity. We're talking about prospecting, inviting. We're talking about following up. We're talking about team building. We're talking about, like Darrell Jenkins said, planning a trip. Because you're waiting for somebody to come to you to book a trip. You put a trip together based upon where you want to go and to have others to join you. Now you're building a database of people who've already experienced you as a travel professional. Now they'll come to you because they're already familiar with your work. We're not waiting on anybody to ask us to book them a trip. We put trips together, and eventually you'll build that database over time. But again, it's about building and doing and working your business on a daily basis. If you ate food today, your business should have been fed as well.
You ate food today. Your business should have been fed as well. P. Scott, I know you remember I'm famous for always saying, or making the comparison, ladies and gentlemen, that your business is the equivalent of your child. And most of y'all do, so your business is a baby. Your business is probably 1 year old. Some of y'all business babies only 6 months. How often should you feed your 6-month-old?
Cliff, some of us need to have BPS called on them, Business Protective Services, because your daggone kids are getting ignored. But go ahead.
Absolutely. Come snatch them businesses right on back. You don't need this business. Give me this business back. Get it somebody that's going to actually take care of it. It's been 6 months, and like Darryl been talking about it all night too. Some of y'all got these businesses, and ain't read Baby Book the First. You don't know how to make the formula. You don't know, and if you a mama or a daddy, no excuse. What's your excuse for your baby sitting here next to you, anorexic and starving, and you're gonna look to me or Roger saying, "Man, I don't know how to make no food for the baby." You ain't ask nobody. You don't see no other parents running around here with kids that's healthy, and you didn't think that you should ask. Or YouTube University will teach you how to build your business, even if you don't want to ask me or Mr. Scott. You can sit back from the comfort of your couch and watch Eric Ward talk about how to build this business for $100,000. I recommend over the holiday season, those of you guys who don't know your business, like Darryl was talking about, take some time to review the handbook of this business. There are a few of them. You pick and choose which section you want to do. I recommend you review what you have. I told Bradley that this business is like a 7-speed Lamborghini. And I told him, listen, no excuses. I've been driving this 7-speed Joan in second gear for a long time. Some of y'all don't even know how to drive the stick, and it's sitting in the driveway because you don't want to be uncomfortable going through the learning process. I'm recommending you learn something this year. Matter of fact, we were talking about questions. This is a perfect time. We got a couple more minutes. Somebody put a question in the chat. You got all us on here, ambassadors. You got Mr. One Jacket with all the money in the pocket. Preston Scott. Roger got some numbers. There's a question.
I'm about to exit stage left so I can prepare for our presentation on this evening, but I will be watching the chat to see if there are any questions. But I love how I'm leaving this conversation with how precious our business is, like that baby. And for those who may not have that baby, like that automobile, that you make sure you get the tune-ups and the checkups and put fuel in it when the fuel is getting low. But your business is running on E, right? Because you haven't fueled up, you haven't read anything in the last 30 days, and you're wondering why your business is not moving. It's no fuel in the tank. I love those two analogies, man. And I'm just say thank you, to you and Mr. Roger Lillard, man, for this platform that you all, just volunteer, man, to come in and drop nuggets and, and share wisdom for, I guess, over 40 years between the two of you on a regular and consistent basis, man. Whether someone's going to jump on here or not, you all are on here. So thank you for a fantastic 2022 or What's the Word Wednesday. I know we're going, you all going to bring us some special stuff going on in 2023. And of course, to you, Mr. Darryl Jenkins, man, my main man, I truly appreciate you as well. Happy holidays to everyone. I know we'll see you What's the Word Wednesday again in 2023. Hey, listen, this is the year coming up of fitness and finances, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get our fitness together and our finance together. And Mr. Clifton, I know what I'm gonna buy you for Christmas. An alarm, a battery for your smoke alarm. I'm out.
What? You get something beeping?
Thank you very much.
I need a battery for that's my smoke alarm. I know I can't hear. I ain't heard nothing. Is that me? I guess maybe it is. We got any questions in the chat, Mr. Lillard?
I don't see any questions. The show said that was a very informative call to close out the year. Thank you. Sheila said this has been so informative. What else we got here? Tion Baker said guilty of the bony business.
Oh Lord. Get that business some Similac, man. The baby needs some Similac.
Somebody called us, John called us the Four Horsemen of dropping jewels. That's interesting. That's interesting. I feel good about that. The Four Horsemen, right? You know what I mean? We ain't the Four Horsemen, but something like it.
You have prepaid legal flashbacks.
Yeah, these are the Four Horsemen, bro. So inside
that magazine cover. Remember the magazine cover? Them?
That magazine was
mean, bro.
That was, dude. That was. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming, bro.
But they don't know what we're talking about. Ain't no questions in the group. We appreciate you guys.
I don't see no questions though. a lot of thank yous from Danielle, Shauna. There's no questions. I don't see any questions.
Listen, since they don't have no questions, Mr. Lillard, at 8:30 is the first opportunity. Since we have said what we said, 8:30 will be the first time you guys get to actually do what we've been talking about. Plant those seeds. Right now, you got how many minutes we got? 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes? You got
Scott Kelsey. Hold up.
You guys should be inviting people.
Scott Kelsey said, I got a headache from that shot on Daryl's head. Oh my gosh. Woo, boy. Hey, Daryl. Oh man. They wrong for that one.
That? Y'all better be careful.
Kelsey.
Don't worry, Scott is in my organization. He'll have a one-on-one anyway.
Yeah, about to say shots coming.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Tim. Thank you all. I love Plan, Do, Review. Plan, Do, Review. I actually learned that from Brian Crothers, man. That wrote the book. What is it? Come on, Eric. Building an Empire. Building an Empire. Amazing. Reading is important in this industry, y'all. I'm telling you. If you're not reading, you're not leading. If you're not reading, it's going to be hard to communicate with people because you're not getting. Here's why it's important to read.
Mr. Lillard, before you do that, we're supposed to be doing a giveaway.
Okay.
Look, let's give away a book. Okay. But now we got to figure out. We got a few people on here, so I don't know what the question. What you think the question should be, Daryl? First person to answer whatever question is, we're gonna have to give you this book. What's the book gonna be?
It should be GoPro, man.
Nah, you can get GoPro for free online. That's cheap.
Okay.
Gotta get them a good book.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah, that's the book that Bradley is recommending. Let's give him that one for the new year. For the new year, I think
you
that's
second that motion, girl. Think and Grow Rich, or you got another book?
Think and Grow Rich it is.
Okay, so now we got Think and Grow Rich is gonna be the book that somebody's gonna win this Think and Grow Rich book. But now we need what's the contest? What do they have to enter into the chat? How they gonna win?
We can either do whoever chimed in first, the very first person that chimed into this, or like if we go all the way to the top, we can see who chimed in, the first person chimed in, or come on, Daryl, what else you got? I'm just trying to throw something out there. A question.
So
go ahead.
So because tonight was talking about the holidays, let's see the first person who responds in the chat to speak of something that they may personally be guilty of during the holidays that has kept their business in the holidays during this time of year. Because many of them are guilty of it. That's why their toes were stepped on. It was the amen and ouch corner on tonight. So let them tell us, because at some point you got to be open and honest with yourself. So the first person.
Yeah. Looking for the first example of your bull crap.
It's already there. It's already there.
Oh, so I got another one. Maybe we give away 2 books. Because this is important to know. And hopefully no one cheats, but it needed to happen real quick. 7 skill sets.
Ooh.
Put it in the chat. 7 skill sets. We're gonna be the first
Danielle
to put
can't come in.
You said Danielle?
Danielle.
No cheating, Danielle.
Killer Cam she the first one that responded to the first question.
So look, the first person to put them 7 skill sets in the group, they get in the book. Who's the first person that answered Daryl's question about your who came clean first?
Killer Cam.
Killer Cam?
She said TV.
So you and Cam got something in common. Both of y'all had that problem.
Who's that? Talking about me?
Too much TV. Yeah, you know it was you.
I kind of moved that window a little further back in the day,
okay.
in my day. But that was an issue for me. It was.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna fake. I'm the movie guy. So for me,
we both are. That's the problem.
Yeah, the movie thing was a struggle for me. But now, ain't no more movies coming out. Ain't nothing really popping. So it's kind of, I'm not as tempted, but I'm, I was.
One thing I can say I'm proud of, though. I'm proud of.
Everybody ask the next question. The 7 skill sets.
Hold up.
Nobody has answered it yet, but we do have a question. How do you know how much exposure is too much to one person?
Great question.
That's a great question.
What I would ask that same person though, what's going on that makes you think that you're exposing too much? So something has had to happen. I'm assuming like you got some kind of response from someone that made you feel maybe I'm being too pushy. But to answer your question, there is no such thing as too much exposure, unless you're trying to do it all at once.
And I'm going to say this to that, Eric, because I felt like this wouldn't be a question if they read and understood GoPro, because he talks about the number of exposures that one may go through. And you kind of open tonight's segment with speaking on the number of exposures that it may take.
They might have got on late. So.
Yeah. But see, guess what?
This I think we got one.
Fire went in all of the chat groups. We gotta start holding folks accountable around here.
So to answer that question, statistically speaking, it takes somewhere between 5 and 12 exposures before a person makes a decision to do anything on anything that you're selling. It doesn't even matter what the offer is. Somewhere between 5 and 12 exposures. But in our industry, it really doesn't matter the industry. In business in general, the exposure part is also included in following up. So you're going to follow up until that person tells you don't do it no more. When the person that you're trying to expose to your business says, leave me the heck alone. Don't call me, take me off your list. Now you've done too much. Until then, they're going to receive something from me every month until I die. Period. You're going to keep getting it over and over and over and over again. Too much exposure would be, trying to get you on 30 webinars in 1 week. But it's the consistency over time, right? A drip of water can chop through a mountain.
And that's a good point.
They'll do it.
We got to drip on our prospects. I mean, I've had people partner with me, and I've been sharing this opportunity with them for 4 years, and now they see it. You know what I mean? And so, again, if you follow the follow-up process once a week for a month, once a month for a year, and twice a year, if you do that, you won't overwhelm them with too much information if you follow up with them.
And you got to think about
in between, just give them a call, say hello, how you doing? Just call and say hello. I mean, build a relationship with them. If you're building a relationship with someone, you don't even have to worry about giving them too much information. And you can't say the right thing to the wrong person or the wrong thing to the right person. If they're ready, they're going to do it. You can botch it up and say it all wrong, but they open mind, they ready, they're going to sign up with you. But we got to say something.
All right, before we go, who answered the 2 questions that we put out there?
I was trying to bring it up. Natasha Turner
answered.
Oh, she was the first one to answer the skill set one.
She was the only person that answered them.
The only person that. Oh my God!
The only person.
The only person that answered the daggone skill set question. Now see this goes right back. Maybe we should have gave away GoPro, Roger. Or maybe we should give away the link to the free GoPro book online. You guys got to learn those skill sets.
Shauna Mars came behind her, but Latasha was first. So Shauna Mars came behind her, but again, Latasha, she was the first. Latasha Turner got it first.
Well, congratulations to the 2 winners. What book was it we was giving away?
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich. So y'all inbox Roger so we know where to send these books to. You 2 lucky winners. Congratulations.
So we got Cameron Dawson, right, and Latasha Turner.
Karen said Karen Brown answered too. Did Karen? I don't see it. Did Karen get the correct answer?
No.
She didn't have it.
Kay, you didn't answer the question correctly. What was Kay's answer?
Loyalty, accountability, coachable, integrity, work ethic, respect, professionalism.
You need those things in this business.
Right.
I promise you.
7 skill sets.
He said you need those things.
You definitely need them.
Good answer.
You definitely need it. Definitely.
That's part of the 14 pillars.
Yeah, some of them. We'll give you A for it. You know, but that was wrong. Listen, we about to take it out.
We got 4 minutes.
We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, for chiming in.
Money.
Roger Clausen, his 33-year-old.
This hat is 33 years old, y'all.
We're here each and every first and third Wednesday.
Y'all be nice.
If you guys don't hear from us, we wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Christmas is coming. If y'all listening to us, y'all should be at home. Give me a little 2-step on real quick.
Christmas is coming.
Just stand up late looking out the window.
Some sleigh rides and some jingle bells.
Yeah. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay so we can know you caught it on the back end.
Happy holidays, Sheila. Happy holidays, everybody. I personally want to thank our organization. We had a great year in 2022, but 2023, we're going to make it even better.
Christmas is coming. Roasting some chestnuts on the fire.
Put some chestnuts on the fire.
Christmas is coming, yeah. Celebration and surprises.
Y'all 2-stepping with
Celebration and surprise.
Tell all your brothers, sisters, mother, papa too. Ooh, yeah.
Good night, y'all.